So first of all, thank you so much for being with us here today. It's been a great pleasure. So sir, you have been a constant presence at our film festival for the last 3 days, including today. So how has your experience been so far? Did you watch the kind of films that we have been screening, and how has it been your experience?
Thank you, and I feel really honored to be here in this festival. And I have been to many festivals. For me, the purpose of a festival is to defend some ideas. And the purpose of a festival is to defend a vision.
Right.
That's what I feel this festival has.
Right.
This festival defends the equality of rights. This festival defends human values.
Right.
So all the films I have seen have a message for the betterment of the mankind. From that point of view, I think these festivals are essential in the audiovisual landscape of India.
Right.
And to add furthermore, if we don't have these type of festivals, the whole expression will become industrial. In fact, there will be no artistic expression.
Very true.
And this festival gives a very good space for the artistic expression. And of course, the organizers do it professionally, because all the elements, constitutive elements of a good festival are united, and the artists are taken care of, and they are honored. I really feel honored to be in this festival.
Thank you so much, sir. We really hope we have been able to live up to your expectations. Thanks a lot. So basically you hail from India, but you have been settled in France for the last 3 decades, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, almost 35 years, yeah.
Almost 35 years, that's pretty long. So obviously you have been familiarizing with the French cinema and the culture there as well. So as an Indian filmmaker, what do you think is the essential difference between Indian cinema and, let's say, French cinema, or cinema of a foreign culture, any foreign culture for that matter?
No, there are two different cinemas, in fact. One is what you call the mainstream industrial cinema for the entertainment, and there is one cinema which is more for artistic experience.
Right.
No? Let's talk about only the cinema which gives you an artistic experience, right? So, I mean, in this case, France is a very particular country, because it is a country which has developed a cinema, very special type of cinema, which in the 60s, 50s, 60s and 70s, which they call the Nouvelle Vague, new wave cinema.
Students of film studies would be familiar with that concept.
Yes, and the beauty of that cinema is that cinema gave the opportunity for the filmmakers to express themselves without this heavy industrial machine, in fact, no? I mean, it is the time where the small cameras like Michel came out, so that the people can take the camera out on their shoulders and shoot anywhere. So it really changed the total landscape of cinematography.
Right.
And I'm very much inspired about. I'm inspired of these filmmakers, who really took the cinema to very high artistic levels. And cinema is a combination of image and sound.
True.
And in the sound you have intelligence as well, and the combination of these two elements will bring a new space, opens a new space. And this type of experimentation went on for a long time. Of course, I mean, right from the beginning of the cinema, all the great filmmakers have been doing experiments and discovering, inventing new aesthetics.
Right.
But this new wave cinema really gave the opportunity for many filmmakers to enter into the field and to make films. And today, the technology has improved so much. Now, each and every one of us carry a full-fledged cinema studio in our pocket.
Very true, very true, sir.
So, once you have that, after that you should have ideas to make films.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think at least since few years, let's say 10 years, and which is particularly true right now, is that we all have the capacity, material capacity, technology to make films. So, I think it's a very interesting period. That's why a lot of youngsters who would have not adventured into this field of making cinema come up to make films. So it is very interesting to see how the people make and what use they make of this new technology to make good films. In fact, we really start seeing very good films, and in very near future, even today it's happening, you will get very, unexpected narratives.
Right.
You, the people, for example, people have started making films, hardcore films on philosophical, which would have not been possible
if not for that
20 or 30 years before, because the people, the producers, they are not interested in philosophy, for example. Okay, they are interested in more entertaining people and getting the money back. Today it is possible, and the people who are interested in the philosophy, for example, can go and watch the movies made by the people who are interested in the same thematics as them.
Right.
So I think it is a very good period for the people who really want to make good films.
Right, that's great, that's great. So what, there is a set of like cerebral and artistic characteristics that are very peculiar to the new wave cinema, like you mentioned. What traits of it have probably boiled down to your kind of filmmaking, sir, if I may ask so?
I think almost all type of experiences have already been conducted in the history of cinema.
Right.
Okay. For me, what would be intelligent is to study the history of cinema, watch the films, and gather the concepts or the way of filmmaking the great masters have already used, and to make a synthesis of those concepts to create your proper narrative.
How beautiful.
It's exactly that I'm trying to do. I just understand and take the concepts developed by the filmmakers like Margaret Duras. She's a writer, basically a writer, and when she made a film, it was called in 1960s, it was called Anti-Films.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Okay, she said the narration, the voice-over is the main element of her filmmaking. Okay, so I like her, the way she makes films. So I'm very much inspired by her. And there's another filmmaker called Chris Marker. Chris Marker makes political films, political and poetical films.
Right.
He used to travel, everywhere in the world and bring images to France. And he's more a sort of leftist person. So he talks about revolution and the equality,
right,
etc. And another filmmaker I would talk about is a Canadian filmmaker called Norman McLaren. The beauty of his filmmaking is he had never used a camera to make films. what he used to do is he used to take the film and draw the films.
Oh wow.
So, I mean, just thinking of making films without using a camera is mind-blowing.
Truly, truly. Wow.
No? But it gives a very beautiful aesthetics, and I integrate all these concepts in my way of filmmaking.
How beautiful,
today.
how beautiful. That's fantastic. So, you mentioned about one of the directors who inspired you, being a writer. Apart from being a filmmaker, you are a writer as well. I mean, you are a prolific writer. You have done like 8 novels and I think, if I'm not wrong, 7 collections of poems.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Being a filmmaker on the one hand and being a writer on the other, does at any point the values or the outcome as an artist that you want out of these two, let's say media, differ? Has there been a challenge at any point for you? Like, what I'm trying to ask is there any particular subject that you would want to do more in films and not probably in your writing, or vice versa?
For me, filmmaking is the extension of my poetry writing.
Yeah, how beautiful.
Okay, so there are 2 types of filmmaking which are which interest me particularly. No, there's one filmmaking called journal filmmaking.
Okay.
The people like Jonas Mekas, he used to film daily. His journal, instead of writing, he films. Okay, and it has always been a dream for the filmmakers to use the camera as a pen. Okay,
Right.
instead of writing, you film and
Right.
you express yourself,
Right.
which was not possible before, because it was very expensive.
Yeah.
Because you have to buy film rolls, you have to develop the film rolls, and you have to and all these things. But today it is possible. You can use your camera as a pen. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, in fact. Because sometimes I write, and sometimes I film. Okay, there are stories which I try to take my novels to this audiovisual media.
Right.
It is my filmmaking is something between the journal filmmaking and using the camera as a pen.
Right. So there is no clash for you when it comes to filmmaking or maybe writing. It's the same technique that you use, only the media change.
Only the media changes for me.
Wow.
Yeah, only the media changes for me. After that, for example, if you want to make a film, you need a team normally.
Right.
You need a cameraman.
Absolutely, it's a teamwork.
It's a teamwork.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do is I try to do all the things by myself. Okay.
When it comes to filmmaking.
Yes,
Wow.
when it comes to filmmaking, I film myself. I write the script, of course.
Yeah.
And I do the camera work myself. I record the sound. I do the editing work. Almost everything by myself. And of course, there are some specialities which you cannot do by yourself. No? In that case, no, I ask the professionals to contribute to this. Yeah.
Right.
My
So
films,
you
yeah.
are a one-man army.
It is the only possible thing to make this type of films. Because once you enter to some serious filmmaking, okay, let me put it in this way. I have 3 criteria to make a film. I don't want to spend much of money.
Right.
I want to show my film all over the world.
Right.
I want to show my films at least for 100 years. Okay? You're in a space where the people spend millions and millions of dollars and they're not even sure whether they can show the film anywhere or will it be seen for 1 week or 10 days or 5 days. No, it's not true. In this space, if someone comes to tell you, my criteria, these are my 3 criteria. I don't want to spend money, much money, okay? Okay, anyway, if you want to make a film, you have to spend some money, okay? And second thing is, I want to show my film all over the world. Third thing is, I want to show my film for at least 100 years, okay?
Right.
Either I should be a fool or what I say has some grounds, some reasons, no? But okay, whether it is possible or not, at least that is a perspective.
Right.
Okay, everything, the whole source of creation comes from this perspective. Okay, which defines the aesthetics of my films, in fact.
Absolutely. How wonderfully you've put it. That's great. So, your film, Three Sisters in a Boat, it has garnered like worldwide appreciation as well, and it really garnered a lot of appreciation at our film festival as well. So, for those people who haven't watched it already, how would you describe your film, Three Sisters in a Boat? In let's say layman language, how would you put it?
So if you want to get a good artistic experience, you can watch the film.
Right.
Or if you just go to a film just for the entertainment, it is not for you.
Entertainment is not it.
That is not the purpose of the film, in fact. No?
Right.
Because, okay, Three Sisters in a Boat. I think some 10 days ago, one of the film critics called me to tell, I think this film one has to see at least 5 or 6 times to really get the full substance of what is in this film. You know, because it is a film, it is not an Aristotelian credo, in fact, no, that means which has a beginning,
right,
middle and end.
A proper structure, yeah.
No, there's no linear structure, no.
Yeah.
It says a few things, no, a lot of things, in fact, no. And there are 2 types of films, in fact, no. There are films which comes to you, no, to entertain you. There are another type of film, you have to go towards the film. You have to be humble enough to go and see what it has to tell you. Okay, this is a typical type of film which doesn't come to you. No, you have to go to the film. Okay, what is the purpose of such a film? The reality is, in this world, there are people, film buffs, film lovers who like this type of films.
Right, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, and they want this film. They want to have really substantial, good films. You know, so it is made for those people. In fact, right. It is. To simplify things, no, it's a literary film. Okay, it's a film for the people who love the literature.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Which is quite different from a film which is made just for entertainment.
So in a way, we can say that you are writing through your films.
Exactly. That is it is the angle.
Right.
Okay. I want to make literary films. That's why, for example, in Three Sisters in a Boat, you have this literary mode of expression. The voiceover says, no, right. Hema said this, Hema did this, Hema is doing this. Yeah, that is the purpose.
So you are a writer who has chosen filmmaking as one of your powerful
because
mediums.
It is possible today.
Right. How beautiful. Right. Thank you so much, sir. It was such a pleasure talking to you, and I hope you enjoy the film festival, and I hope you get to see others' films as well, and I hope your trip this time to India has been worthwhile.
Thank you so much, because it's really a good festival, and it'll, because of the angle and the vision the organizers have, I think this festival will become a very good standard. It's already a good film festival, and it will be known in this festival field, and even generally in the film field, as a very good festival, and it is a real asset for this town as well, for Trivandrum. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. It means a lot, and thank you so much for coming all the way from France just to attend this film festival. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.